Well, hello, my friend. It's me, Stu, and we are going to be answering the question today, will a membership site work for my business? Because listen, we all as entrepreneurs and business owners, we all want recurring revenue in our business, right? Like who wouldn't want a stable source of recurring revenue where you know where the sales are going to come from versus how hoping that people are going to come back and buy from you again, or the uncertainty of always having to chase and find new customers. So, of course, we all want recurring revenue in our business. The question, though, is really, will a membership site work for my business? Because everybody's got a different type of business. So that's the question that we're going to be answering today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to help give you some guidance as to a few things that are clear-cut, A+, yes, clear signs that you should move forward with a membership site. And we're going to explore this actually a lot more in detail starting tomorrow, April 23rd. If you haven't marked down the date yet, please mark it down. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, we're going to do a deep dive into this, and you can find out more about that. If you haven't gone to tribeworkshop.com, go to that now and make sure you register. But here today, I'm going to give you a few quick tips that are certainly going to help guide you in terms of thinking about whether a membership site would work for your business. So first and foremost, though, I want to know like what kind of business you have. And so somebody said here, who's this, said, have been so excited for the web. Yeah, so this is a live training. So tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, I'll be doing a live training just like this, where I will be going deep into how to identify whether a membership is a good fit for your market and what type of membership. So today we're going to talk about what to look for in terms of signs and signals that would make for a good membership. Tomorrow, we're going to really dive deep into that a little bit more and specifically talk about the different types of memberships, because there are many different types of memberships that are, some are easier to manage than others. And we want to make sure that there's a membership model that works for you and your particular market, as well as serve your people at the highest level. Hello to everybody who's saying hello. Thanks for leaving the comments. And let me know in the comments, who do you serve? Who is your market? Let me know in the comments. Who do you serve? What market are you in? I want to know that because here's the thing. There are a few key indicators that let us know whether a membership would be a right fit for a market. So whenever I'm doing consulting, and once a month, I reserve a one day a month for private one-on-one consulting. And typically, most of the clients that I end up working with are, they have, confirmed that a, membership site would be good for them. And so typically I'm helping them with either messaging, or I'm helping them with design a launch for a membership, or I'm helping them with their content strategy, or specifically their retention strategy. So the step that we're talking about here is really the step before. And when I'm working with early stage entrepreneurs who are thinking about a membership or exploring whether a membership would be right for them and their market, then I start to ask a different set of questions. And that's what I'm going to walk you through here today. So I can see so many different people are posting, which is awesome. So I'm not sure who this is, but their market is creative moms. Awesome. Somebody said here, I want to build a community membership with services add-ons specifically for bridal shops. Very cool. There's actually somebody really neat, Karen Cinnamon, who has a membership site specifically for Jewish brides. Talk about a tiny, tiny niche, but she has done a phenomenal job with that. Christina said PowerPoint design. I love that. Homely Heart Studio said sewers and quilters. Lots of great examples of membership sites in those markets. Maxie is a story that I love to share. She launched a membership last October and just did a relaunch of that membership, ended up welcoming another 107 new members into her membership. Loriella says, hello from North Bay. Hello from North Bay. Good to see you. This person said, parents of school-age children. Listen, that is an amazing market right now. I'm one of those parents, and I'm telling you, we have, I think, subscribed to 2 different memberships from our community, from our tribe community that have been launched recently, because they're serving parents who need that help right now. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, I went too fast. There's so many coming in now. You guys are awesome. I saw here small business or coaches, speakers, authors. Awesome. Special ed teachers from Kirsten. Fantastic. Let's see here. I serve abuse survivors in the LGBTQIA community. That's awesome. Let's see here. Small business tax preparation. Wendy Batten says, I serve amazing creative shop owners, helping them get confidence and clarity in their retail business. Wendy does an amazing job with that. Not sure who this is, but Cross Stitchers, awesome. Mine is going to be a preventative self-defense academy. Yes, wonderful. Jennifer Chamberlain, great example. Women who want to be creative. There's Amanda with Cross Stitchers as well. Oh my goodness, I can't keep up now. There's lots of different markets. Caesar's a great story. Caesar, I want to tell your story, buddy. Caesar is strategic storytelling for business professionals. I just got to tell Caesar's story here real quick. Caesar reached out to me on Instagram, and Caesar's business typically serves corporate clients serves them as a consultant. And of course, like during this time, like a lot of corporate contracts have, shrunk right down. So Caesar went into action, like let's give credit where credit is due. Caesar went into action. He did a founding member launch based on what he had heard me share, and ended up welcoming 50 new members into his membership. This was just the other night. So huge shout out to Caesar. Congratulations, buddy. That is amazing. This person said faith-based weight loss and health development. Okay, great. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. There's a lot coming in. Okay. You guys are coming in fast and furious now, and I can't keep up because I'm trying to scroll and it keeps adjusting. So here's bottom line. All these markets are great. These are awesome markets. And so what I'm going to walk you through right now is you're going to see that the vast majority of those markets, almost every single one, I don't think I've seen one yet that wouldn't really fit under this mold, are going to be perfect for membership based on these three characteristics that I'm looking for. Okay. So there are other characteristics. I'm not saying if you don't have a yes in any one of these three buckets that you can't do a membership, because that's not true. But these are three like home run winners, right? Like these are 3 A+ indicators that a membership will work for your market. Okay. First one, write this down. The first one, can you solve an ongoing problem? Okay. So what does an ongoing problem look like? Well, let's say that you have a dog that is completely out of control. And you don't go from a dog that's completely out of control to a perfect puppy like that, right? That is a problem, if you will, that takes time to create the desired outcome towards, right? So that's an example. So what are some other examples of an ongoing problem? Weight loss, right? Like you don't go from being overweight to the perfect weight overnight. That is a process, and that makes for a great membership. You don't go from a broken relationship to a perfect relationship overnight. That is a problem that takes a process to be able to solve. So again, good examples, as we've shared, like dog training, like weight loss, like relationships. And this is why you see so many different memberships in these markets that thrive. Like Leslie Vernick, who's in my Impact Mastermind, she just shared last night, like she's in the middle of a launch. And, I haven't asked her if I can share these with you yet, but I'm just telling you, she's doing phenomenally well. Now, she, in her launch, she serves specifically Christian women who are in broken marriages. And so you can imagine, like this time right now, if you were in a broken marriage, the quarantine is only amplifying what was already there. So you can imagine how these women are drawn to a community that serves them and supports them and helps them navigate that journey. So again, when a market has an ongoing problem, that is a very good and healthy sign. And so I know some of you already in this who listed your markets and shared, you already can see how a membership site would be a perfect fit. Now, second characteristic I look for. So first is an ongoing problem. The second characteristic I look for is teaching somebody a new skill. Teaching somebody a new skill. So again, you don't go from not knowing how to play the guitar to becoming like the next Eric Clapton overnight. You don't go from not knowing how to paint to becoming the next Picasso overnight, right? Like those are skills, and that's a journey to be able to master that skill. And this can be said for whether it be learning an instrument, learning how to paint, learning how to write, learning how to grow a business, learning how to, any type of martial arts. Like there's so many different types of memberships that would fall under that category. In fact, I would dare say the vast majority of them would fall under that, specifically information-based memberships. And so when you're teaching somebody a skill, what you got to realize is that this is a journey to go from not knowing it to being a master at it. And people often ask me, yeah, but wait a minute, Stu, like what happens when somebody becomes a master at it? Why would they want to continue to pay? Well, first and foremost, here's the reality. This journey, it's not like a couple weeks. It's months, if not years, to be able to master something at the highest level, right? So don't worry about a problem that's most likely not a problem yet. Like that's first and foremost. Second thing I would say is that even when somebody has gotten to that point, do you think that they stop practicing the fundamentals when they become a master at their craft? I'm here to tell you, no, they don't. I know a world champion karate master. His name's Ricardo Texeira over in Portugal. Dear friend, and he won the world championships in karate. And what I can tell you is that even though he's a black belt, even though he's a world champion, he still practices the fundamentals. And so mastery is about going deep. And so people don't stop wanting to work on their skills even when they get to a high level. In fact, it only deepens their desire to continue to master and practice the fundamentals. I used to play soccer at a really high level. I played at the university level. We won 2 national championships. I am nowhere near the player today that I once was years ago. Why? Because I don't practice anywhere near the amount that I used to back then. So even though I had the skills then, it doesn't mean that that those skills are going to be with me forever if I don't practice. And that's why a membership is a great support network, if you will, for even when people reach that highest level. And thirdly, the thing that I would say is that even when people reach that highest level, one of the best ways to deepen their level of mastery with that skill set is by teaching others. And so within your community, you will begin to find that over time, the advanced people will begin to support and help those who are in the earlier stages of their journey. And it deepens their learning and, of course, provides so much support for the people who are in the earlier stages of the journey. So, there's so many wins when it comes to teaching a skill that are perfectly suited for a membership. And the reason being is because it's not a quick hit. It is a journey of mastery. And that is one of the most important elements when it comes to membership. So characteristic number 1, I'm looking for an ongoing problem. Number 2, I'm looking for a market where you're teaching somebody a skill. Number 3, and this one certainly has seen a huge boom right now, and that is I'm looking for a market where you can provide something in a more convenient way for people, where you can make their lives easier. So here's an example. There are so many examples in our tribe community of teachers, former teachers, who have membership sites helping other teachers with lesson plans. So I think of Anitha Giglio. Now, Anitha Giglio, she was a teacher for 22 years, and her expertise was helping take kids who didn't know how to read and getting them to the level where they could read chapter books, and loving reading, right? So she was so good at this process, by the way, that she used to have parents that were jockeying to get their kids in her class because she was so good at this. So long story short, she created a bunch of lesson plans that she started selling one-off to other teachers to help them replicate the success that she was having in the classroom. And then she realized the best way to serve them would be through a membership. So she rolled out a membership that provided lesson plans, helping these teachers replicate the success that she once had in her classroom. And it's an amazing win-win because for the teachers, if you've been a teacher or have been married to one, my wife was a teacher for 10 years. And I can tell you that teachers do not get anywhere near the credit they deserve because their evenings are swallowed up, their weekends are swallowed up with lesson planning, preparing for what they're going to do in the class. And I can just tell you right now, millions of parents understand this to a whole nother level in terms of the prep that needs to go in to designing a curriculum for the kids during the day. Now, so this is where Anitha Giglio makes teachers' lives so much easier because she does the heavy lifting for them. She gives them the lesson plans that they don't have to think about what they're going to do in the classroom. Anna's already given it to them. And so that saves them their weekends. That saves them their weeknights. They don't have to do that lesson plan. So it makes their life so much more convenient. Now, to Anna's credit, she's recognized that, oh my goodness, Now there are millions of parents at home with young kids who are in the same boat, where we know we don't want our kids like watching TV or playing on the iPad all day, but what do? We don't know like how to design a curriculum. We don't know how to structure their day. We want them being productive. We want them to keep learning. And so Anna has rolled out another membership site that provides lesson plans for parents. Amazing, right? And so what is she doing? She's making people's lives more convenient. She's making it easier for them. And so when you can have a membership site that helps people on an ongoing basis, you're going to have a recipe for success. And there's so many examples, whether it's Anitha Giglio with lesson plans, whether it's Patty Palmer with lesson plans, whether it's Paul Evans, who has a membership site that provides youth ministers weekly sermons, because most youth ministers, they have a full-time job during the week, and then they're scrambling last minute on a Saturday to prepare a sermon that they're going to deliver on Sunday. And so what Paul does in his membership is he gives them the sermon. He gives them the PowerPoint presentation. So they don't have to worry about what they're going to say. They can just make a few tweaks and bada bing, bada boom. He saved them a ton of time and energy. Another good example is Andrew Crouch over in Australia. He has a couple membership sites. One of them is focused on real estate agents. And the way he makes their lives easier is he creates Facebook ad templates for them that they don't have to worry about, what they're going to say in the copy, how they're going to structure, the ad and so forth. He creates proven ad templates for them that help them sell houses. And so for them, it's just literally like fill in the blanks, bada bing, bada boom. The ad campaign is done and off the races. Now, this is a higher end membership. I think last time I spoke to Andrew, it was right around $350 a month. But it's so worth it for the real estate agent because it saves them a ton of time. And if all that membership does is help them sell one more home in a year, it's paid for itself, right? And so that's the beauty of a membership that focuses on convenience, because again, it makes people's lives easier. And there's so many good examples of this, as I have said. So when I'm looking at characteristics, of will a membership site work for my market, my three that I'm focused on that are like absolutely home run, and it doesn't need all three, it just needs one of these to be a yes, is number one, is there an ongoing problem with your market? If that is a yes, that is a home run. You should be moving forward with your membership. Number two, is there a skill that people are looking to master? If that is a yes, home run, move ahead, keep on moving. Like that is a yes. If there is a way where you can provide something in a more convenient format for people, if you can make people's lives easier, like the lesson plans, like the PowerPoint presentation, like templates, or as Andrew Krause has done, ad templates and so forth. That is a home run. People will pay for convenience. And there's so many examples of that. Like even on the delivery side nowadays, I just polished it off, this green juice, but I mean, companies now are thriving and seeing a whole other division of their business by, making things convenient that are, where you subscribe to a subscription where you get stuff delivered automatically. This is why like even companies like Walmart have now memberships and subscriptions, because what they've done is they've realized like they can make people's lives so much easier by putting it on a subscription and automatically sending it to people. There are so many examples of, where socks of the month. And I used to see one of my favorites was like underwear of the month. And it was geared toward men because apparently men don't go and buy fresh underwear often enough. And so they would send, men underwear on a monthly basis. But anyway, there's lots of different examples, but they're making things more convenient. Another good example is the Dollar Shave Club, right? This is a physical product. I mean, that company went from a fledgling startup to selling for more than $1 billion 4.5 years later. And it was on the back of essentially one product, which was razors. What did they do? They just made it more convenient and easy. In fact, they had ad campaigns that highlighted the inconvenience of doing it the old way, having to go into the grocery store. In most cases, those razors are in lockdown and key. And so you have to go find somebody to open it up to be able to get the package, blah, 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 blah. It's a real pain in the butt. And so what they said is, look, why worry about that? Just get them sent to you every single month. And so they just made it more convenient. So lots of different examples in terms of how to take one of these three characteristics. Now I'm going to dive deeper into all of this starting tomorrow April 23rd at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you haven't done so yet, go and register for the free training. It's all free. We do this one time a year. Go to tribeworkshop.com, where tomorrow I'm going to be going live and we're going to show you a whole bunch of different examples. I'm actually going to break this down even more, and I'm going to give you some insight into what type of membership site you should be thinking about, because there are many different types. And whether it's a product-based membership, whether it's a service-based membership, you have knowledge-based memberships, community-based memberships, you've got e-commerce-based memberships, you have all kinds of different memberships in terms of the way that they're structured, whether it be coaching, whether it be drip, whether it be publisher, whether it be UPS style. So there's many different types of membership models. And so tomorrow we're going to dig a little bit deeper, and I'm going to help you get the clarity around what type would be a good fit for your market. And the reason that's important is because if you have the wrong type, well, then you're going to end up creating a lot more work for yourself, and it may not be as appealing to your audience. And so what we want to do is we want to align the type of membership so that it's a perfect fit for your market, so that they're making progress, they're happy as a pig in mud, if you will, and so that it's not a huge burden on you. Because the last thing that you want is a membership site that feels like another job. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to design a membership site where you're on a content treadmill. No. We're going to talk about that tomorrow live, 3 p.m. Eastern. So make sure if you haven't done so yet, go to tribeworkshop.com and come and join us. But the quick and short of this session was to really give you clarity in terms of the 3 characteristics that I look for that are absolutely home runs when it comes to a membership. If you are in a market where you're helping people solve, number 1, an ongoing problem. If there's an ongoing problem, like a dog out of control, a bad relationship, somebody who's, wants to lose weight, those are all good examples of an ongoing problem. It's not going to be solved overnight with a quick fix. That is a process in order to solve that, which makes perfect for a membership. Number 2, what you want to look for is a market where you're teaching people a skill. Because again, you don't go from not knowing how to play the guitar to being the next Eric Clapton like that. You don't go from not knowing how to paint to becoming the next Picasso like that. It is a journey to develop that skill, and that makes for a great market for a membership. And the last characteristic that I look for is, can you make someone's life easier and or more convenient? This is where membership sites that provide templates or resources or lesson plans, or in Paul Evans' case, PowerPoint presentations. They're saving the members from having to think and create and develop all by themselves, and they're saving them so much time. And people will pay for convenience. And then there's tons of examples of memberships where people will pay just to have things that would normally take them a lot of time made simple and easy, and people will pay for that. This is why we pay for every single week a box of organic fruits and veggies to be delivered to our door. Rather than going to the grocery store, the farmer's market, we just get it delivered straight to our door. It's why we get juice delivered straight to our door. It's more convenient, it's easier, and people are willing to pay for it. So those are the 3 that I'm looking for. Solves a problem, teaches a skill, makes life easier. If you are in a market where you are helping people and it fits in one of those buckets, I want you to do a happy dance right now, because you're in a great place. Now, if you're in a market where you still got little questions, I definitely want you to come join us for tomorrow, because we're going to dive deeper into this. And I am certainly open to answering those questions. We got tons of opportunity to be able to answer questions as it relates to, is my market a good fit for a membership? What type of membership would be a right fit? We're going to talk all about that tomorrow. We got tons of examples. So come and join us. Make sure you go to tribeworkshop.com if you haven't done so yet. Register. It's free. We do this one time a year. This is it. This is the time of year where it's free, and we are going to be walking through it. Okay. Somebody just said, Laura Ella said, where is it live? So when you register, if you go to tribeworkshop.com, you will be sent the link to where you'll be able to view the live training tomorrow. And by the way, this is the first of 3 live trainings. the first training, we're going to dive deeper into this, like exploring the alignment between the market and the membership model. So we're going to talk more about that and give lots of examples. In the second training, I'm going to be specifically talking about what do you actually provide in the membership? Like, what content should you provide? Because you want to strike a balance, because most people think the more content I create, the more value I provide. That's not true. In my now 12 years of experience working with tens of thousands of membership site owners, what I can tell you is that more content does not equal more value. In fact, the number one reason that people leave a membership is overwhelm. The moment that they feel like they can't keep up, the question that starts running through their mind is, why am I paying for something I'm not using? And so they leave. And so you don't want to load them up with a whole bunch of content. And on the second training, I'm going to show you exactly how to structure your content so that your people make the most amount of progress, so that they're happy and they pay, they stay and pay. And I want to show you exactly how to structure that content. So that's in the second training. And then in the third live training, I'm going to zoom up and I'm going to talk about the 5 key areas of a successful membership, starting with your foundation strategy, your content strategy, marketing strategy, retention strategy, and your growth strategy. I'm going to give you this amazing PDF. It's super visual, breaks it all down. And in fact, we've had people who have launched membership sites off the back of this very free resource. Thembi, who was over in Africa at the time, she launched a membership site for virtual VAs just on this free training. So come join us. It's going to be awesome. It all starts tomorrow, April 23rd, April 23rd. And lastly, what I will say is, if you know of another business owner who could benefit from this training, please just pass this on to them. We do this one time a year. And the reality of it is that I have never believed in what we are talking about more than we are right now, which is memberships are a phenomenal business model. I believe every single business should have some source of recurring revenue in it. This is why we're seeing big companies who are making this shift where they're changing their business models specifically to add recurring revenue into it. It's why we see Adobe go from selling box software to now selling online subscriptions. It's why we see Amazon, who added Amazon Prime. Did you know that Amazon Prime, when Jeff Bezos initially came up with the idea, all of his team, advisors, and everything said, no, don't do it. But Amazon Prime has become a monster membership site for Amazon. It is one of their most reliable and predictable sources of revenue, and it is a huge revenue source for them, right? And now what's fun is so many other companies are able to model even that in the e-commerce space. You'll hear stories of new and innovative e-commerce membership models that, are like a VIP club, like a project of the month, like a box subscription. You're going to hear about all of that coming up here real soon as well. So lots to look forward to. And we're going to talk about all the innovation that's happened in the membership world. And this is why I believe that every single business should have recurring revenue. You're seeing the big companies, you're seeing everyday companies, and it's why now people are realizing, oh my goodness, yes, A, I need to be online, and B, what? Recurring revenue? Yes, please, because the membership will give you stability in the best of times, but it absolutely shows up in a monster way during challenging times when we need it most. So come join us. It's going to be free. So I think I saw a question, where's the link and where's the price? Here's the price. This training is free. And here's the link, tribeworkshop.com. So this free workshop starts tomorrow, April 23rd. April 23rd. Come and join us. You can join us for free just by clicking that link, or not clicking that link, but going to that URL, tribeworkshop.com. All right, my friend, I can't wait to see you there. We go live tomorrow, April 23rd at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. And so even if you can't make it live, which I recommend you make it live because you'll see why, but even if you can't make it live, there will be a chance to be able to watch it afterwards as well, but you won't get the chance unless you go to tribeworkshop.com and register, because we will send the information out to everybody from there. So thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. And remember, if you're in a market that A, solves an ongoing problem, B, helps people learn the skill, or 3, helps makes people's lives easier and more convenient, you're in a home run market, my friend, and I can't wait to show you how to turn it into a highly profitable membership. I'll see you tomorrow.